All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to, I guess this will be the final garage update. So I've been posting some videos sporadically. My apologies for not taking you along for the entire process, but posting some videos with the garage, ultimate two-car garage project updates. And truth be told, this is only the final phase, the final 3, 4, or 5 months here of this project. I've actually been working on this garage for the better part of 5 years. But I think it's actually dialed in now in the way that I want it. At least 99.5% of the way there. There's going to always be little small projects with any DIY project. So, but this garage is pretty awesome. And I set out a few years ago to make the ultimate two-car garage for me. And I think I have done that. Now, if this was going to be just a detailing garage or a woodworking garage, or a mechanic's garage, it could have been better for any one of those disciplines. But I actually have this as a multi-use space. In my previous house, I had a garage that was virtually double the size. And in this space, I wanted to make room for everything that I do in and around the garage, whether it's working on cars, detailing cars, working on projects around the house, which is what I do the most. I wanted to have everything organized and in its place, but in a space that looked really good, right? And I think I accomplished that. So we'll start over with the detailing corner over here, and we'll give you guys a little bit of a final tour here. So I've had a few different versions of my car washing, pressure washing setup. This is kind of my final form here, which consists of a AR Blue 630 TSS, I believe it is, pressure washer, and then a Obsessed Garage pressure washer gun, Mosmatic holder, a wand, their OG spec hose, Cox hose reel, CR Spotless, and their whole Prevost piping setup. I've had a few different versions, and when I relocated my pressure washer from the cart to that wall to now this wall, I had to actually run some external plumbing. And this Prevost piping kind of gave me the best of both worlds, right? Like it's exposed piping, but it looks really cool. And I decided to just kind of go all in on this last iteration, and pretty happy with it. I've got my Adams Polishes 3-bucket system here for car washing, so rinse and wash bucket, as well as my wheel bucket here and all my different wheel cleaning accessories. I don't do a lot of paint correction, but when I do, I've got my Adams paint correction light and tripod there. And then the Acura One ear chuck for airing up the tires. In the cabinets, cabinet number 1, I've got my various Car Cure products. Really excited about this thing. These are from a company called Vertical Spice. No sponsorship, no affiliation, but these are meant to be spice rack organizers for your kitchen cabinets, but they actually have these larger ones available, which worked out good because usually when you have all these products stacked in here, you can't get to the products in the back and it's all jumbled. And like I said, in this space, the name of the game was to maximize every inch of it. So I've got 4 of these units here, which allow me to get to pretty much everything in there. And I've got my gallons here. Got my pull-out trash can that I use as a hamper for my dirty washing mitts and microfiber towels. That's actually the bike washing stuff down there. I'm not going to bore you with all that. And I've got some of these totes up. Got my carpet extractor up there, steam cleaner, and a bunch of other stuff. And then in this cabinet, got all my microfiber towels, polishing pads, clay mitts, applicator pads. Recently picked up a paint depth gauge for some reason. I love these Bosch organizers. Got a bunch of my, at least in this cabinet here, all my detailing stuff. All the little small bits go in there. I can grab the whole tray, take it to the car, do what I need to do, and then pop it back in here. And then I've got my DeWalt 60 volt leaf blower that I use for drying the cars. This one's actually pretty cool because it's got a stubby 3D printed nozzle with a blower band silicone tip on there, and I got the little mini 20 volt version for blowing out the mirrors and all that good stuff. So this is the detail corner, right? So everything car detailing related lives in this corner. And some above the sink. Tried to get a matching sink from UH. That didn't work out as far as like the size and everything else, but I picked this sink up from Home Depot. It matches close enough. And in this section here, we've got the bicycles. So I do triathlon. My wife occasionally does triathlon. It's my son's bike down there. So I wanted to take advantage of the space, right? Get the bikes up when we don't need them. So we've got this top shelf iLift, which is actually really cool because not only does it store the bikes, it stores the bike rack when they're out of use. I just go ahead and put it up to the ceiling, but when I need to get the bikes or the bike rack, I can go ahead and hit that button. In a few seconds, the bikes are down at chest height. So this allows me to maximize the space. Also, I always had a hard time storing my bike rack. So this actually allows me to have a home for the bike rack. So in the last few months as I was doing this project, one of the things I bit the bullet on and spent the money on, which was actually money well spent, was this lev rack. And I absolutely love this thing. So I've got more of the Bosch iBox organizers in here. I picked up this organizer tray stand from Amazon, which fits these Harbor Freight trays perfectly. So this allows me to organize more of the stuff that I use around the house and have it all accessible when I need it. I've got my sandpaper, various woodworking stuff here, face and face protectors and respirators up here. More woodworking stuff down there in the corner. I've got my clamps and saw blades and everything else. This bin is kind of yard work stuff and then kind of more bulky stuff. And this stuff, these trolleys, you actually pull them. See if I can get you a wider shot there. You actually pull them and you can get full access. I can actually walk in here. So I've actually got more yard work stuff here. This one, we've got the kind of sports bin here. So cycling stuff, golf stuff. We've got the soccer balls, footballs, all of that stuff. So the lev rack was a bit of a splurge, but definitely helped me in organizing the space. In this corner here, like I said, I would do a lot of work around the house. This corner here, I've got actually there used to be a regular tank style water heater here. I actually replaced that myself with a tankless hot water heater and reclaimed this floor space. So I built this little trolley here that allows me to store my scrap wood, pull it out when I need to get to it, and I have kind of the larger bits of wood back there in the corner when I need it. And then I can just kind of roll this thing back in when I don't need it. So I built that little trolley and put some red diamond plate that I sourced from a company online on the front. So it actually looks pretty good when it's out of the way. In this corner, I've got my power tool corner. As you can see, I'm Team DeWalkie. I've got my combination of DeWalt and Milwaukee, and this is really just the drills and drill type tools go on this wall. Most of the other big tools are in the cabinets. This I was really excited about. One of the things I've wanted for a long time is having access to all of my batteries one-handed and up and out of the way. So I've got my battery chargers mounted to some scrap of OmniWall, which allows me to have all my batteries here for quick and easy access. Another thing that was important is to have a battery for every single tool, plus one. So I've got enough batteries for all my tools. So quick access, I can grab a tool. They pretty much all have charged up batteries in them. If not, I have batteries at the ready. So I'm not gonna go through cabinet by cabinet, but I've got various power tools, drill bits, paint, masking tape, all that good stuff organized in here. Some of that organization is still a work in progress. You can see like this drawer is kind of a hot mess, still working through the screwdrivers. The drawers are dialed in or almost dialed in with tool grid, which I absolutely love that stuff. So you can see this drawer is about 90% done. Got some tweaking to do here. So coming along. Got all my cutting and scraping tools, measuring and marking tools. So coming along. This corner I I got all the air. So blowing and sucking, so to speak. So I've got the Vacuum-Aid Pro shop vac, which I absolutely love that thing. Cox hose reel and vacuum hose with a Milwaukee remote switch, which allows me to, if I'm out in the driveway, or around the garage, and I need the vacuum, I can operate it without having to walk back inside or walk back to the vacuum. Simply press the button and the vacuum is activated. So that stays plugged in all the time. One press of a button, I'm ready to vacuum. I've had this 60-gallon air compressor forever. I am replacing the regulator and filter, but it serves me well. Don't use it very often, but is here whenever I need shop air. In this corner, one of the best purchases I've made in the garage, this Chamberlain jack shaft side mount garage door opener. This thing is ridiculously quiet and it's really sleek, right? So the whole mechanism just clamps onto the side of the garage door shaft there. And as you can see, that has freed up my ceiling for these hex lights and fans and everything else, and just makes it feel a lot more open in here without having the garage door mechanism up above. Speaking of the garage door, I've got 2 layers of insulation that I put in here. It's a regular foam that I cut to size, which was an absolute mess. Then this radiant barrier bubble wrap stuff. It actually makes a significant difference on a hot day. You used to be able to feel this thing felt like a radiator with heat emanating off of it. Now you can barely feel that heat, which takes me to up there. We put in a Mitsubishi mini split AC unit about 6 months ago. Actually about a year ago, and it makes it a lot more comfortable in here. At the moment, it's a little warm. It's 81 degrees, but this would normally be in the 90s in here. Got a Govee Smart temperature sensor and humidity sensor, and then we've got the Mitsubishi remote here, which it also has an app called Kumo, which sucks. I'm actually working on an alternative with a company called Sensibo to use that rather than the native Kumo app for the Mitsubishi. So actually, speaking of the Mitsubishi and automation, one thing that I absolutely love about this garage, as you'd probably expect, this thing is loaded with smart home tech, and it's pretty well automated. So I've got multiple motion sensors that detect occupancy. So I've got one here, and one temporarily placed over there, and then another one over here. And I actually have a millimeter wave sensor that I'll be bringing in soon. So once you step in through the door, which by the way, still rocking the OG Lockley lock here. But once you step in the door and motion is detected, the lights turn on, the fan turns on, the fan light turns on, the AC temperature drops a few degrees, the under cabinet lights turn on, and most importantly, the smart air freshener turns on so you can have some smell goods in here. Once no motion is detected for 5 minutes, everything will turn off, and then the thermostat on the AC will go back up a few degrees to conserve energy. So really, really smart, which if you're watching this channel, you probably know that's what my channel is about, smart home technology and pretty much technology in general. So it was pretty important to have the garage well automated. So that is the final garage update. So thanks for following along. If this is your first time watching one of the videos, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out more videos. Next time we'll be probably back in the house or somewhere else working on some smart home tech. Catch you in the next one.